And we are live, fellas. Welcome, brothers, to another show. Hope all is well on this beautiful Monday. Getting things nicely set up here. We'll let a few people get into the room. We have somewhat of a motivational show today, fellas. I know it's Monday. Mondays can be tough, especially in the Matrix. So just want to give you some of that Monday motivational flavor. But first and foremost, I want to welcome all the returning members to the private Facebook group, Blackmen Travels 2.0. As some of you already know, let me put that up here for you guys. As some of you guys already know, the Facebook group did get disabled by Facebook for not following the community standards. The actual post was actually about stocks. It was a screenshot of a guy's Robinhood account. And they said that we violated standards because of sexual nudity, something like that. But regardless, we have Blackmen Travels 2.0 out, and I see a lot of returning members. So, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you rejoin the Facebook group, Blackmen Travels 2.0 Facebook group. Let me holler at some of the guys in the room. We're going to go ahead and get the flowing. Shout out to Sean M. He's the first guy in the room. Let me make sure this mic is on. Hold on. Give me a second, fellas. All right, testing. Yeah, we good on the mic. We got 14 in the room. Welcome, brothers, all to the show. We in here. Salute to my brother Steve. What's going on, brother Steve? MJ Hines III. What's going on, brother? How's everything? Who all saw that Floyd Mayweather? Hold on. Who all saw the Floyd Mayweather fight, first of all? I hope you guys didn't pay for it. Who saw the Floyd Mayweather fight? If you was entertained by the fight, press 1. If not, press 0. He put 0? Yeah, press 0 if you was not. I was very disappointed in the fight. But, you know, Logan Paul made a valid point that it's a reason why they have weight classes, because that fight was just dismal, man. It was, yeah, Sean M says 0. Dexter Texas says 0. Hey, Travis Toffa said he was I guess he was entertained by the fight, man. The observer Melanin said he did not see it. 0, we watched football in Mexico. USA won. Yeah, I was not. You know what, Luke Garrett? Some of the undercards were entertaining, brother. Actually, they were. Respect to Chad Ochocinco, man. Respect to him. He was looking like a real deal fighter in there. You know, some guys just built strong like that, just straight up athletes, no matter what they do. So shout out to Chad Ochocinco. The punch they keep showing that he fell down, he was really off balance, in my opinion. Now Buddy called him pretty good, but he was just off balance, man. You see, he got right back up. So shout out to Chad Ochocinco. I love to see, you know, how brothers can battle it out and then shake each other's hand at the end, man. Because boxing, that's war, man. Ain't nobody coming to save you with that boxing. But I was disappointed, man. I was really disappointed. I felt like Floyd didn't really bring his A game. I think that is a possibility that he could have knocked him out. Logan Paul is stronger than what he probably thought he was. Strong kid, man, real talk. But the whole excuse that Floyd's making that he's not 23 no more, he's 44, 45, that's an excuse, because we all know that, you know, you get older, you actually get stronger. You know, when you're approaching that big 5-0, man, you actually get pretty strong. So I think Floyd just wasn't on his A game. Sean M said sports are scripted. I'm not sure about that in particular. I just think Floyd didn't really bring his A game like that, man. Now, I won't take it away. That's getting a little darker here. Let me see if I can adjust that real quick. Camera. But I won't take it away that it was a smart business move for him to get paid that type of money for an exhibition fight. Shout out to my brother Sid Salute in the building. He said, salute BMT fam. What's going on, brother? MJ Hines said, I want to see Kwame Brown versus Matt Barnes. Man, I heard Kwame got them hands, though. I heard he got them hands, so I'm not sure if anybody want to face that dude. Charles Jones in the building. Okay, I understand that, brother. Shout out to the opinionated. Looking forward to the weekend of July 16th in Medellin and Cartagena. Brothers, if you're in the private Facebook group, check out the announcement section. DJ Who Kid is returning back to Medellin. The brother had such a good time that he's returning back to Medellin. He's going to do a performance at Gusto's. And then from Gusto's, everybody's going to fly out to Cartagena And some of the packages you can do the yacht. You can go to the private island. It's going to be a ball, man. We're going to have a really good time. My brother really got a good setup out there from the Splash. I think it's called Splash 2.0. So, brothers, check it out. It's in the announcement sections. JM, remember, it says, do you think that Ocho Cinco has a future in boxing? I'm not sure. I couldn't tell you that, man. He looked good in the ring, though. I will say that. You could tell he was serious about it. Because if I'm not mistaken, the guy he fought was an actual pro boxer. So he looked good in the ring, man. I'm not going to lie to you. I would have thought that Ocho Cinco would have got his ass knocked out pretty quickly. But that definitely wasn't the case. I think with the Nate Robinson, I think he would I think like they said before, weight classes do matter, man. You can't really fight somebody that has a significant weight size on you that's trained. He don't even have to be expert trained or anything like that. But if he knows how to defend himself, if he's in shape, them extra 20 pounds in the ring can be a problem, man. It can definitely be a problem. Shout out to my brother Fred Moore Jr. He says, evening BMT. What's going on, brother? What's going on? We got 46 in the room. That's what's up. We got Global Paper in the building. He says investments or die. Man, I might want to bring some guys on later on in the show once we cover the topic of black men having agency over themselves. A very important topic, man. We're going to get into it in a minute because it's a very important topic. And the reason I want to talk about this because by me connecting with so many brothers that come out here, getting so many emails from brothers asking questions on how to move abroad. I think it's just time for, at this point, with so many ways to make money, so many ways to make, different revenue, whether it be crypto, stocks, Amazon, whatever you decide what your hustle can be, you do not have to wait 65, 70 years to retire to move out the country. And I just want to talk about that, about brothers having agency over their lives, man, because I really do think that some brothers, unfortunately, feel like it's their burden to bear to try to fix everything that's going wrong in the community. And more power to brothers that, are on that path. There's nothing wrong with that. But I do feel like some of the things in the United States and the matrix have been concreted. And it's going to be very difficult for us to rebuild what we had before. In a lot of cases, we had Black Wall Streets, not only in Tulsa, but we had Black Wall Streets all over the country. And not all of them were burnt down, but they were systematically tampered with, where there had been a highway pulled through it, where there had been gentrification. Yeah, they have a lot of little ways where there have been redlining or zoning. They try to zone some businesses out. It's just a lot of ways, man. And I feel like by me running into so many entrepreneurs overseas, brothers with businesses in Colombia, Dominican Republic, and Ghana, in Africa, you even got brothers with businesses in Japan, brothers with businesses in Cartagena. You see that as long as we can connect through sometimes social media or the internet, like my brother Citizen Blue had mentioned, we can still be connected. We can still help each other out and be grounded, but it might be a better option for some of us to go overseas, man. Shout out to Gabriel Gatson. He says, what's good, BMT? What's good, brother? Shout out to Troy Alon. He says, can you use Tinder in America to find girls in Colombia? Well, it's not really the show for that, brother. But I believe you can. You can do some pipelining before you come out here. I think that's the best way to do it. Shout out to the opinionated. Yes, I want you to retire at 55. There are other ways to support your lifestyle. Yeah, there are. I had a conversation with the brother Dennis Jean Pierre about Brazil. And before we got the interview started, check out the interview, by the way, fellas. I just posted it yesterday. But before, we had a discussion about the opportunities that the younger generation have that we didn't have coming up, right? When we came up, it was kind of mandatory to either get a job or have a hustle, play ball, but it was almost mandatory, to have to work in these FedEx, UPS warehouses, drive trucks and stuff like that. But as technology kept moving forward, we found that it was easier. It's easier for the new generation, basically, to make a living, whether it be through Uber, Uber Eats, Amazon, driving for Amazon, whatever it is, I guess independent contractor, it's easier to pretty much be a self-contractor, independent contractor, basically. Now in 2021, especially with so much information on YouTube, you can go to YouTube University and damn near have a degree on investing in stocks, investing in crypto. That's what I tell guys all the time. They ask me, hey man, how you make your living overseas? How you sustaining your lifestyle? I said, man, swing trading, crypto, different things like that, stocks. And they were like, well, how do you do that? Brother, you got to do your own research. Research, different people on crypto. Shout out to Bitcoin Bobby. I bring brothers on this platform all the time to discuss how to make money, because we know that's a very important resource. Shout out to my brother Jay Clyde in the building. Shout out to brother Jay Clyde. You know what? So he asked me when I'm gonna have Ace Live in the channel. Ace Live doing this thing, man. I'm not sure if we're gonna catch up to Ace Live too much, but Ace Live doing this thing, brother. No, it's all good, brother. You didn't disrespect the show. But this right here, this show is pretty much, like I say, a motivational pill for those miserable Mondays that sometimes we have in the Matrix, guys. Let me try to see if I can bring this camera back up, man, so we can go ahead and get the floor on. We got 57 in the room. Brothers, we are 10 away for 10,000 subscribers, man. Pat yourselves on the back. We have a movement going. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video so we can go ahead and get this video out here. I'm going to give you guys a real quick update. Colombia is wide open starting tomorrow, June 8th. This is the last night of the COVID restrictions, man. So after June 8th, you don't need a PCR test to come to Colombia. There are no curfews. There are no toque de queda. I've said this several times, and I'm still getting emails asking me questions about the PCR test, which is all good. But if you haven't heard, there are no PCR test requirements to enter Colombia, okay, guys? And there will be no curfews. Last weekend, the park was off the chain. The city was alive. It was vibrant. It was popping. So make sure you come on out here. The protests are starting to die off a little bit. There's still some protests going on in Cali. I'm going to bring a friend of mine on the show tomorrow. Some of you guys have seen her on the show earlier, my homegirl D, who out there in Cali right now. She's going to give us a rundown, of what's going on with the protests and stuff like that tomorrow at 3 p.m. So make sure you can check in on that. Shout out to my brother Jay King in the building. Shout out to Gabriel Gatson. Shout out to Captain Saver Girl. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. So we got 65 in the room, man. I'm going to go ahead and get the flowing, man. So I was watching this YouTube channel called The Nomad Capitalist. If you guys haven't checked it out, you can make sure you check it out. Very, very good channel, very informational on how you can pretty much save money and live overseas. They had a video about what's the best countries to live in for under $1,000 a month. And what I realized is this channel is pretty much operated by, a white guy and his father, the Nomad Dad. Very good informational channel. Shout out to them. But by me looking at that channel and me having a conversation with a white guy from West Philadelphia, a lot of men are fed up with the United States, bro. A lot of men are fed up with the United States. Not only black men, all races of men are pretty much starting to get fed up. And they're taking action. They're building their own platforms. They're investing in certain things. I talked to this white guy that was born he was raised in West Philly. He's been in Argentina for 9 years. He's currently living down in Colombia. And I asked him, I said, hey, man, why did you decide to leave the States? And he was like, the States is a wrap. The writing's on the wall with the States. It's too much taxation, too many laws. The dating game is trash. He was like, yo, it's a done deal. Why you have to work so hard just to make a living and you have no money to put away? He was like, little to be known that Social Security is not even going to be around for most of us, Shout out to the Solo Del Bueno, brother. I really appreciate that $50 super chat. Appreciate that, brother. He says, hit that like button. Appreciate that, brother. So by me having a conversation with him and me looking at some of the content on the Nomad Capitalist, they really give information on pretty much taking agency over your own life, brothers. You have one life to live, man. You have one life to live. It's okay to be happy. It's okay to put yourself in a better situation than you grew up in. Okay. On the thumbnail, you will see that I have shady friends, shady relatives, child support, high taxation. You can make that adjustment, man. You don't have to work 2 to 3 jobs for 20, 30 years. Now, the child support, that's the issue. But they recently came out with a study. I don't know if you guys saw this. They recently came out with a study that 1.3 million men, 1.3 million men are paying child support for children that are not theirs. 1.30. It was a very high number. It was almost 13% of men are paying for children that's not genetically theirs. So mama's baby, papa's maybe, right? Right. The organic, Melon has a very valid point. He says outside of America is organic living. You know what? You're absolutely right. I just left the grocery store out here. And you can tell that the fruits and vegetables are just different. They got seeds in them. You can eat pretty healthy out here without worrying about genetically modified food, man. So that's a very good point. That's a very good point. But yes, fellas, let me hit that like button. Yeah, hit that like button for me, man. I have these conversations with brothers all the time, and it almost seems like some brothers feel that they're cheating by leaving the States or something like, and I try to tell brothers, I say, man, you know what? There are economic opportunities abroad. Like, you can make a living here. The price of living is relatively low. What you would pay for a nice apartment here would cost you almost triple or double in the States in most major cities, Chicago, DC, even Atlanta now. And you're working so hard just to maintain, basically, man. And who wants to do that? Who wants to work very hard just to maintain? Shout out to Captain Save a Girl. He says, in America, we have ingredients that are illegal in all other countries. Shout out to the Observer Melanie. He says the women are organic, mostly also compared to American women. That's very true. With that Social Security, I see guys in the comment section that Social Security will still be around. When you do the math on Social Security, I think if you park your money somewhere, if you was able to actually invest your money, your Social Security money, into something else, you actually would get a better return at like 5% or something, 3% than what they would give you back, man. They cap it off that Social Security when you really do the math on it. Okay, hold on. Let me get this comment real quick. He said, Central Mexicans ask me why so many senseless killings in the U.S. for not reason. Brother, there's going to be violence no matter where you at in the world. I think 99 or 98% of the people in America are armed. So it's going to be some violence, unfortunately, man. You just got to stay aware of your surroundings and keep out of the BS. Right. Shout out to my brother, Ja King. Yeah, Social Security will be reduced for us, man. The writing's on the wall for that. Shout out to my brother, Fred Moore Jr. Got to find a way out. I'm starting to get there. Yeah, man. Being a digital nomad, making your money online, putting yourself in a position to make money online is what this channel is all about. It's what this movement is all about. We're talking about business all day, every day on this channel. I interview dudes that tell you how to form holding companies, secrets to, building businesses abroad. I talked to a brother yesterday that has 48 Airbnbs out here in Medellin, Colombia. So it is a lot of opportunities out here, man. That American dollar goes a very long way. But first, man, you got to get your mental game right. You got to step out on faith. Everything is not going to be maybe in order or organized like you would like it to be. I tell brothers that all the time, man. Now you have to step out on faith. I know you might not know the language. You might not know that many people, But the beautiful thing about Blackmen Travels is you are involved in a network. You're not just about to step out here on your own, alone. You know, you can tap into the network when you come out here to Colombia. You can tap into the network when you go in the DR. You can tap into the network when you are in Brazil. We got an office that we're working on right now. We had an office now, but we're doing some minor renovations. So when you come to Medellin, you can stop by the BMT office. You can chop it up with us. We can have meetings. You can ask, hey, brother, what opportunities are there here for me in Medellin, Colombia? What do you think about this? What do you think if I open up a business? Do you know somebody, a lawyer? Do you know somebody that owns good price real estate out here? That's the purpose of having these offices. And this is the first office of many. And I put up my own, I was telling Citizen Lou today, I said, I put up my own door because I have faith in the brotherhood, man. I have faith that intelligent Black men will come through, share their ideas, share their goals and ambitions of what we're doing, and we can connect together. So our office is a professional environment where we can have these meetings at, man. And I put up my own money for this because I have faith in us. I have faith in Black men because I know that intelligent Black men can make power moves just like any other race of men. All right. So I'm going to do a show probably the next 2 weeks from the office. I'm going to show you guys around. If you're in the Facebook group, I showed you a few clips of it. I'm very excited about this because I do believe this is going to help. This is going to really help the movement, push the movement forward. The fact that we can meet in a professional environment and chop it up about business, man. You guys can come down. You can buy some shirts. You can buy some merch from the office. Sometimes your Airbnb might not be ready, so you don't gotta look like look silly with your Airbnb be outside your hotel or your apartment. You can come by, you can drop your stuff off. I can tell you, hey, bro, go get some breakfast over there. I'll meet you guys later or something like that, man. So we got this office, and we're gonna chop it up, man. We're gonna do it up real big because there are a lot of opportunities, especially in Medellin, Colombia, for you guys, man. Okay. This is the type of questions I'm talking about right here. John Spinet says, what do you need to buy a condo in Colombia? Brother, to buy, it's not difficult to purchase real estate out here in Colombia. Where it's difficult at is making sure that you have all your ducks in a row to make sure you're not being screwed over, okay? You got to make sure you're rocking with the right people, and that's the power of the network. I don't suggest anybody come out here and purchase real estate without knowing, people within that network. Like, we have lawyers out here, trusted lawyers. I can send you to them and they can tell you more about the real estate. But if you come out here, if you come out here and start trying to, navigate on your own, it can be very difficult, man. It can be very difficult. And let me tell you, these people will screw you over. They will screw you over in a heartbeat out here. So you want to be tied into the network before you start throwing around money. Without knowing anything, because you can think you have some on paper and you bought something totally different than what you thought you was going to buy. I don't suggest that people, look at these little online websites of real estate in Colombia unless you have verified or you've seen somebody have already done it. I suggest you, come through, holler at us at the office, and we can kind of set you up with a lawyer before you decide to go out there and purchase real estate. Shout out to my brother Moss, though. My brother Moss bought some real estate in a very nice area in Guadalupe. So you can buy real estate out here. You don't have to have, I don't think you have to have any special paperwork, or anything like that. But, come by the office and we can chop it up about that. Sean M. Yes, we do. Like I say, shoot me an email, or if you're in town, you can shoot by the BMT office. You know what? That's a very good question. Tricking male strategies. I love that name, brother. Yes. Do you recommend finding an English-speaking lawyer or an American that lives there? Believe it or not, some of these lawyers do speak English. My lawyer speaks broken English. We got to put out a translator every now and then. But some of the lawyers do speak English. I definitely suggest you get a lawyer that speaks English, brother, out here. Shout out to Jaws, 2003. He says, what you guys think about getting a second citizenship in the country you like? I believe that's the greatest freedom that slept on. That's another very, very good question by our brother Jaws, 2003. Appreciate the $5 super chat. I talked to a lawyer about getting citizenship here in Colombia. I haven't decided if I want to really set my bones here, Colombia, maybe somewhere in Asia right now. But there are ways to build yourself up to get your citizenship. There are different visas that can go towards your citizenship here in Colombia. You just got to make a decision if you want to do that or not. It is, some money, but it's nothing crazy. Like, say if you want citizenship somewhere in the Caribbean, I believe it's like Nassau or Caracas, where it's like 100,000. It's nothing crazy like that out here in Colombia. You can get your citizenship for a decent amount of money if you have your paperwork right and everything. And that is true. That's very true. Having dual passports is very powerful. Brother makes a very valid point there. Very valid point, man. Because you never know what's going to happen in the States right now. The States is on a downhill trend, in my opinion, because so many valuable men are leaving right now. The dating game is pretty much done for the most part. All right. Shout out to Sleep with One Eye Open. He says, salute BMT. Salute, brother. Also, man, I want to thank all you guys that have contributed to the merchandise, for the shirts and everything. I really appreciate that, brothers. Really, really appreciate that, man. We are selling t-shirts every day. It feels really good to go around and see brothers with the BMT t-shirts on. You're like, hey, what's going on, brother? And he's like, oh, hey, what's up, brother? You Aaron. Feels real good, man. So I love that you brothers are purchasing the merchandise, man. John says 100,000 in St. Lucia, Dominica, St. Kitts, etc. Yeah, man, it's some crazy prices for some citizenships out here in the world. I don't suggest brothers, unless you got the money, I don't suggest brothers go out there or anything like that, man. So yeah, man, shout out to the chat. Brothers, if you haven't already subbed to the channel, we are 10 away from 10,000 subscribers. When we get to the big 10K, we're going to have a big show. We're going to have Bitcoin Bobby on here. Probably get O'Shea Duke Jackson on here. We're going to have a big show, man. Have Flip Flop on here, TaylorMade on here. Just a show full of travelers. I want to get a whole bunch of brothers that's traveling. We're going to have an open panel as well. But we want to just, tell the brotherhood that, hey, man, it's options out here for you guys. Shout out to the Blackmen's option. Shout out to Al Greaves, Kev, and all them guys over there. That's been spreading this message even before I started spreading this message. Because like I tell brothers before, Brazil really changed my life. It really changed my life. And I know a lot of brothers. I know a lot of you guys are frustrated out there in the Matrix, man. The Matrix, it's a difficult place to be in for a black man. It really is. When you look back on your life, some of my older brothers that's in here right now, when you look back on your life, you are a survivor, bro. You are a survivor. When you look at how you grew up in these dangerous neighborhoods, when you look at how you had some friends that you thought were friends turned probably to enemies. I know some of you guys have been in some difficult situations out here. You are a survivor because you made the right decisions to put yourself in the position to where you could travel. All right. So pat yourselves on the back, man. You did it. You feel me? If you here right now, you did it, and you're getting the right information to be able to travel overseas and expand your options in the world, man. Let me get some of these comments. All right, Big Red says, where do you think you get the most bang for your buck in property for the money, DR or Colombia? That's a good question, brother. Colombia is like a renter nation, so a lot of people purchase apartments here. The DR, I see a lot of people buying land. It's close to the States. That's a very good question. I'm gonna bring Cardell on the show again to answer that question. He's in the real estate business, but my personal opinion, it's pretty neck and neck, man. Because I haven't seen too much really prices that's outrageous out here in Colombia like that, or Dominican Republic. So you just gotta be careful on purchasing property overseas. Shout out to Charles 2003 says marriage can get you in the door as well. You have to prove certain things, but it's a way that, since most of us like the women in the countries we visit. Yeah, but you better be very careful on who you marry overseas, man. I heard a lot of horror stories, especially in the Dominican Republic, about marrying women. They can take your house in certain cases, so I'll be very careful with that. Shout out to the opinionated. He says, hold on, let me catch that real quick. Hold on, hold on, brother. There we go. He says, I got the travel bug when I was 21. I used some of my college tuition to travel to 6 countries in Europe. Been traveling ever since. Man, traveling really opens up your mind. Really does, man, especially when you're young. When you're young, man, I love talking to brothers that travel overseas, especially to places that I've never thought about traveling to. And they tell me, their experiences. Very interesting, man. Very interesting. Shout out to Neil Stewart for $10 super chat. He says, Aaron, ran into you in Medellin. I rep the green BMT t-shirt at Sweet Georgia Cafe. I'm coming in late. Good info on the COVID test. Thanks. Shout out to my brother, Neil Stewart. Appreciate that $10 super chat. Yeah, I remember you, brother. He talking about Sweet Georgia. That's like a little place we eat our breakfast at. It's owned by our brother. Shout out to my brother, Rob. Good food, good drinks, good atmosphere. They always had the sports on. They had a fight on yesterday. So if you come into Medellin, man, make sure you stop by Sweet Georgia Cafe. And also stop by Brooklyn, too, man. Brooklyn and Manila. I know a lot of you guys aren't familiar with this neighborhood called Manila, but it's right near, it's in Poblado. It's in the Poblado area. It's walking distance to Parque Years. But that's like its own little situation over there. Its own little bars, and, restaurants. It has a lot of hostels in the area, so you're going to get a lot of tourists in the area as well. It's a little cheaper than Provenza and Parque Years. And our brother owns a restaurant called Brooklyn out there, and the food is great, bro. And I'm going to tell you, the food can be sketchy sometimes out here in Colombia, man. So if you want some good food, he has a jerk burger. That's really good, man. Check it out, Brooklyn in Manila. I might put a description in the underneath the video, man, so you guys can find it. But I posted it in the Blackmen Travels Facebook group as well. So that lets you know that brothers are owning businesses overseas, man. Shout out to my brother Rob that owns Bob's and Rob's VIP as well. That's a rooftop night lounge that we congregate at. A lot of beautiful women there, man. A lot of good vibes. We drink, we chill. Brothers can connect. We have meetings all the time out there, talking about a lot of brothers are interested in starting businesses overseas. So it's good to connect with brothers that are already doing it to give you information on how you can start a business overseas as well. Solo D Borno asked, did I get the Facebook group back yet? Right now, we are still in review. It's a possibility that the Facebook group will be back. We was approaching 8,000 members before he took it down. Like I said earlier in the show, the post was about stocks. Now, I did talk to a friend of mine who had somebody at Facebook, and they were saying that, they really don't like people talking about stocks and investments without, I guess, ads or something like that. But you know what? Shout out to my brother Citizen Lou. We're going to have our own social network very soon, man. So I hate being limited like that, man. It almost feels like, you're in high school or something, like you got rules. I mean, it was literally a post about investing in stocks. They took down a group of 8,000 brothers because some brother posted his Robinhood account, and then they just blamed it on sexual activity when there was no woman on the actual post. So we're going to take care of that, man. We need our own platform anyway. This was a blessing in disguise. It's going to take some time for the Facebook group to rebuild itself. A lot of new returning members are coming back because they're hearing the news that the Facebook group is down. I get the emails all the time. People say we kicked them out of the group. We did not kick anybody out the group, but the group was disabled. So make sure you join the Blackmen Travels 2.0 Facebook group. Shout out to my brother Travis Tolliver in the building. He asked me, is Sweet Georgia Brown location of Loretta still open? I believe it is, brother. I believe it is. Okay, hold on. My brother Dane asked, with the currency exchanges, Colombia gives a person a better deal on real estate, and also no hurricanes. There's no hurricanes here, but there are earthquakes, and I did not know that. And like I did a video about what happened, because that was my first earthquake experience, the first earthquake ever. I thought the building was crashing or something, so I ran out, looking all crazy in my drawers and everything. But yeah, they do have earthquakes, man, out here. So keep that in mind. Shout out to Tricky Mail Strategies again. Big Red says, if you buy property overseas, put it in a corporation name to protect it. You know what, man? I'm gonna say something about Facebook real quick. You'll see all types of stuff on Facebook, man. Nudity, brothers getting their head bowled off on Facebook. But like I said, if you have 8,000 black men, specifically black men, it's called Blackmen Travels. You're gonna be watched. You're definitely gonna be watched, fellas. Okay, that question isn't for me. We got 104 in the room. That's what's up. Hit that like button. Almost at 10,000 subscribers, brothers. We getting there. We are getting there. But yeah, just a little recap. I'm gonna go ahead and close it on out, man. It's getting a little dark out here. Have agency over yourself, fellas. You can do it. Stay motivated, man. You do not have to sit and suffer in the States. You don't have to wait till you 100 years old to live overseas. Make sure you take accountability of the way your life is currently, because you can change your life. You can fix your credit. You can improve your income. You can get in shape. You can be self-improvement at all times, man. Self-improvement at all times, brothers. You don't have to sit around and wait, till you're 95 years old, wait for your retirement check any longer in 2021. So hold yourself accountable, man. You have one life to live. And it's good to travel. Sometimes it's good to travel solo. A lot of brothers have experienced trauma, growing up in these inner cities, in these households. And if you feel like you need to resolve some issues from your past, then traveling can be the best thing for you, man, because a lot of us have generational curses. I believe personally in generational curses. Alcoholism can be passed down. Domestic violence can be passed down. You tend to mimic things that you saw growing up. A child's mind, what a child is seeing and hearing every day, is very influenceable for the rest of their lives. And if you feel like you need some help, man, you can seek counseling. That helps. I know that's not a very popular subject, in our community, especially with brothers. They feel like we should just take it. But traveling is its own therapy. Believe me, man, traveling is its own therapy. And if you have to travel by yourself, that can definitely help, because sometimes you got to leave some of them cats that you grew up with behind, man. Some of them cats don't have your best interests at hand, brothers. That's just it. When you grow up, you're going to find that out. I know some of you got some young brothers out here in the show that's following the movement, but you're going to find out shortly that everybody that's not in your corner, man, some people just do not want to see you shine. It would irk them too much to see somebody they grew up with or spent time with be successful. So you have to be mindful of that. All right. Shout out to D Hick. He says, hello, BMT. I met you in DR back in May, trying to get info where to stay in Medellin. Brother, you can email me at blackmentravels@gmail.com. Been looking on Airbnb and most places that I look at stated no tourism, looking for guest-friendly hotels. Shoot me a personal email, brother. Shoot me a personal email. Shout out to my brother Cortez Smith, the beat maker, the producer. Shout out to him. Shout out to the one JPTV, Passport Pins for Life. Shout out to the opinionated. Calling my buddy in Guadalupe as soon as your live is over. We're investing in something soon, possibly your car wash. That's what's up, brother. Well, shout out to you, bros. I appreciate you joining me on the show today. We're going to have another show tomorrow. Stay tuned. Also, man, make sure you check out that interview I did with Dennis John Pierre if you are interested in Brazil, man. Very informative interview if you want to travel to Brazil. If you've never been there, his brother travel all over Brazil. Also, you can subscribe to my brother Dennis John Pierre's channel, man. He exports Brazil more than anybody I've seen on YouTube. Most cats on YouTube literally go to Rio, they set up their little gimbal, and they just be on the beach. They really don't have any dialogue or anything like that. My brother Dennis John Pierre really sat down and explored Brazil. Like, he went to like 5-6 different cities, and I've never seen that so far. Brazil is still, a mystery to a lot of us, man. It's a very big country. And a lot of places, a lot of brothers have not been. And the women in Brazil are beautiful. The women in Colombia are beautiful too. I know you guys seen a post I did earlier in the Facebook group about showing my girl all them badass movies like Men's Society and everything. But it is what it is, man. So shout out to everybody in the group, man. Make sure you tune in for the show tomorrow at 3 p.m. With my homegirl D about what's going on in Colombia with all the protests. All right, brothers. Peace.